Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So today I've got something a little bit different for you. This is a slider. It's called the Shark Nano 2 and it's from iFootage. Now this is not going to be so much of a review, but more of a user experience, just kind of demonstrating this product and some of its capabilities. This slider can be used in multiple different ways. You can use it with smartphones, action cameras, of course DSLRs and mirrorless. You can even mount a DJI Gimbal on it. They actually collaborated with DJI in the development of this. Now, primarily for this demonstration, I'm going to be demonstrating with a smartphone. Now, if you decide you want to purchase a slider like this, it actually comes in two different lengths. They have a short version and they have a longer version. This one here is the longer version. The short version has a travel distance of 233 millimeters. The long version has a travel distance of 433 millimeters. When using the slider horizontally like this, it has a payload capacity of 7 kilograms. If you're using it vertically, because you can use this vertically, it has a payload capacity of 3.1 kilograms. The slider itself actually has two axes. We can move side to side, but this head can pivot as well. So that works great as you're getting a slide shot and you want the product to stay in the center. You can have the camera move automatically, and I'll show you how to do that. And of course, if you're using something like a DJI Gimbal, you're going to have 4-axis movement. Now I'm just going to take this phone out here temporarily, just so we can see the screen here. It does have a quick release plate. You can see that we have some power pins there. So that's going to be if you're going to be connecting a DJI Gimbal. It actually comes with a mount to mount your DJI Gimbal, and this will feed power into the gimbal so you don't have to power it separately. One cable plugged in by USB-C will power the slider, your gimbal, and your camera. It also comes with a standard mount which can be used for smartphones or action cameras or DSLRs. They have an app that you can use in conjunction with your smartphone or with a DSLR for tracking and different features, which we will take a look at. Or you can use it completely independently just by using the built-in touchscreen. So I'm going to go ahead here and power it on. Now at the main screen here, it gives us a few options. We can shoot video, time-lapse, stop motion, macro mode, or panorama. Of course, then we have a settings option there as well. But I'll show you just how easy it is to use and set up. Now, for this demonstration, I'm just going to use the video mode. Once we're in there, it's going to give us different points that we can set, different points along the track. So we're going to set our first point, and what we're going to do is unlock the carriage. And we do so by pressing the power button and then the function button. That's going to unlock it. That's going to allow us to freely move things. So we're going to start here. This will be position A, but we can also turn the carriage there. That whole thing can turn. So if we've got something here in the middle that we want it to focus on, we're going to now tap on the A. So that's going to set that as point A. And for this demonstration, I'm just going to set a second point. We're going to go all the way down to the end here. And we'll turn the camera, pretend there's a camera attached there. We'll face it the product again. And then we're going to set that as point B. So now I'm going to go to standby. So that's going to bring it back to the initial position. You can see that carriage, if we had a camera there, has pointed back at the plant. From here we can set some different attributes. We can set the speed at which it travels if you want a nice fast movement or a nice slow movement. Now just for this demonstration here, I am going to set it a little bit quicker. We'll set it at 6 seconds. And when we're ready, you would just start recording on your camera and then hit start. As you can see, it's now moving across. And the camera is going to keep facing the plant. Now you don't have to have that secondary movement of the camera if you just want a more traditional slide. And right now you can see I have it set to loop, but we can turn that off if you don't want it to loop, if you just want it to move once. So it's incredibly easy to set up. And that works the same way with the DJI Gimbal. When you're setting up your points, you can move the whole camera and everything, and it's going to memorize those positions. So you're going to have 4 axes that will be stored in each one of these key points. Now, I don't have a DJI Gimbal, so I cannot demonstrate that, but they have lots of demonstrations on their website if you want to check out to see how that works. Now, the app is really neat because you can use it for different advanced features such as tracking. It even has facial recognition. So if you're going to be doing a slide of a product, you can mount the smartphone on top of an existing camera, say a DSLR or mirrorless. The app is going to connect directly to the slider, and when you start the slide, you can lock into a subject or an object here, and it's going to keep that centered as it's doing the slide. So it allows you to get really creative. Now, when you do purchase it, it comes with all the cables you need to connect the DJI gimbals to the slider. It comes with a power cable and a charging brick. But one thing you may want to consider if you're going to be using your slider on the go is one of their batteries. Especially if you're going to be out filming time lapses, nature time lapses. Something like this is a must. This one battery that they sell can power this complete slider. You just have to plug it in and everything can now be powered off this one battery, including your DJI gimbal. The slider has different connection points at the bottom here. So if you want to attach this to a tripod. Now this isn't overly heavy, but there is some weight, so you're going to have a fairly heavy duty tripod if you're going to attach it. On this side here, we do have some adjustable feet that'll help you level it if need be. So yeah, a really interesting product. It's super easy to use, and I think this could be valuable to a lot of different types of creators. If you're an outdoor enthusiast and you want to capture some nice motion time lapses, this thing is easy to set up. I am actually working on a dedicated video just showing how this works as a time-lapse tool. If there's any questions you have about this slider, let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to try and answer them. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found it had value. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.